Why you dey buy fake product, Make you dey careful, no go damage your life. You've got one life to live.
Buy original.
You should know where to go. The SON. Don't touch, don't touch.
It's fake.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's bad.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It hurts.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It destroys.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It kills.
You should know where to go. The SON.
Standards Organization of Nigeria, improving lives through standards.
128 standards. Yes, you heard me right. 128 standards get Council's approval as the Standards Organization of Nigeria examines its activities as 2019 draws to a close in less than 3 months. Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria restates commitment to Nigeria's industrial growth and consumer protection through standardization. Owners of MANCAP certified products stand better chance to access federal government loans and grants. SON's chief executive urged operators of SMEs yet to take advantage of the program to embrace the scheme. Welcome to the world of product quality and safety on Africa's largest television network, the NTA. You're watching Standard and You, brought to you by the Standards Organization of Nigeria, the SON. As always, please accept the warm regards of the Director General of the SON and the dedicated staff of the agency as I welcome you to Standard and You. As always, my pleasure bringing the program to you. My name is Ifeoma Okonkwo.
My experience with SON is fantastic because I never, in my wildest imagination, thought just one meeting would solve my problem.
I would like to first of all commend SON for this wonderful initiative and also for creating this particular department out of SON because they are doing wonderful job.
Choose life and live. Buy original. Be original. SON.
It's nice to have you join us on the program. It comes to you every Monday at this time on this station. Standard and You is an initiative of the Standards Organization of Nigeria aimed at educating the people on product safety and quality. Through this platform, we have continued to provide manufacturers with basic information on standards and business development critical to Nigeria's industrial growth. Moving on now. 128 standards have been approved by the Governing Council of the Standards Organization of Nigeria. The approval followed a strategic appraisal of the agency's activities for 2 days aimed at repositioning the SON to ensure effective and efficient delivery of its mandate to Nigerians. Standard and You was part of that exercise. Please take a look.
These are members of Governing Council of the Standards Organization of Nigeria. They are drawn from the various sectors of the Nigerian economy. The Council is the policy-making body of the agency with the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Edith Akpan, as its chairman. Council approved 128 new Nigerian industrial standards for publication, dissemination to drive economic development by manufacturers, processors and importers of products into the country. The approval by Council was at the SON's operational headquarters in Lekki, Lagos. According to the Director General of the SON, the new standards will further boost industrial and commercial activities in the country in view of the implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement.
The SON Council is the highest standardization body in Nigeria. We've come to review activities of the previous year, and we've come to seek guidance for them for the policy direction of SON in the coming year, and to review our national strategic plan and the national standardization policy of the government, how it will impact in the government policy and development. That is what we've come to together to agree on, and to pass the outstanding standards to make it a law. It's on record that we just approved 128 standards that will be deployed to diverse sectors of the economy in order to improve the life of Nigerians through standards.
Aboloma believes that the agreement has necessitated rapid development and harmonization of standards, conformity assessment procedures, and recognition of marks of quality. These, he noted, will facilitate trade and eliminate technical barriers across the continent.
We are now expected to look beyond the Nigerian market in terms of standardization and quality assurance. In terms of conformity assessment to standard, they will now expect us to prevent the dumping of substandard and harmful products by unscrupulous producers within the sub-region into Nigeria. Now that we are getting ready for the continental free trade, the desire and the yearning of manufacturers, importers, both importers and exporters, to be at all major points of entry has never been this high. We need to be at a point of entry to carry out our conformity assessment program in order to improve the life of Nigerians through standards.
The new standards are in the following sectors of the economy: civil and building technology, chemical technology, electrical and electronics, food, codex and petroleum products, and liquefied petroleum gas cylinders. While congratulating the SON's chairman of council and permanent secretary, Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Edet Akpan described the new standards as necessary quality ingredients to drive Nigeria's industrial growth. The meeting also reviewed activities of the SON with special focus on how to improve on its service delivery initiatives to move the agency forward. It expressed commitment towards repositioning the SON for the successful implementation of the African Free Trade Agreement. This is to ensure strict adherence to standards, especially at the nation's ports and borders.
I'm happy to observe that SON is doing well with the support of this wonderful council, which are all endowed in different areas of expertise and sound professional standing. Needless to reiterate that the diversification process of this administration and the recent signing of the African Continental Free Trade Area is an area we must take as a very serious national development. The Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment and other government agencies and departments, with the support of the federal government, are working with speed to start up National Action Committee for the implementation of the AFCTA. So it is my hope, therefore, that our collective effort as a board in supporting Standard Organization of Nigeria to achieve its mandate will enable us to deliver our own quota to the economic development of our great country.
It was an opportunity for the SON's Chief Executive Officer to highlight milestones recorded by the agency in the area of standards development, feedback and collaboration, international management system certification, product registration, and laboratory services, as well as business facilitation. SON's Public Relations Officer, Bola Fashino, puts the council meeting in perspective.
Today's meeting was preceded by meetings of subcommittees of the council. And one interesting part of today's council meeting is the overwhelming attendance of the members. Of the 18-member council, only 2, were unavoidably absent. And the meeting went well. We have new standards approved, in various sectors of the economy. So I must say that it is gratifying that we've had another successful council meeting beyond the comradeship, the various experiences that members of the council, brought to bear. We have a lot of institutional representatives from relevant government agencies. We have members of the organized private sector, and we have, politicians representing the various political zones, all bringing their experiences together to assist the Standards Organization of Nigeria to achieve its mandate.
This meeting is the 5th by the 18-member Standards Council, recognized by law to provide policy direction for the Standards Organization of Nigeria, the SON.
Manufacturers and importers of goods into Nigeria have been advised to adhere to Nigerian industrial standards and resist the temptation to compromise on quality, regardless of the challenges they face. Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria gave this advice in a message to a technical committee meeting on draft standard for recycling polyethylene terephthalate bottles for packaging of edible products in Lagos.
The Director General of the SON, who was represented at the occasion by the Director, Standards Development, Chinyere Egon, pointed out the adverse implication of substandard products on the economy. He noted that the agency has developed relevant standards for products, adding that these standards are not only available but necessary for the production of quality goods. Aboloma disclosed that the agency, working with relevant stakeholders, has developed standards for recycled products to ensure safety and confidence.
The recycling of PET bottle packaging represents one of the most successful and widespread examples of plastic packaging recycling globally. The growth in collection and processing of PET bottles for food packaging application has been increasing significantly over the last 10 years and has been accompanied by significant investments in plastic recovery facilities and food-grade recycled PET reprocessing. The Food and Beverage Recycling Association of Nigeria remains the driving force for the development of this standard, as they officially requested for the development of the standard. Their request was complemented by the manufacturers, particularly the managing director of Sonex Group, who met with me requesting for the same standard. NESRA, our sister agency, wrote to identify with FIBRA's request for the development of the standard and encouraged SON to develop this standard for the sector. All these facts point to our stand that SON always develops stakeholders and market-driven standards. I am very excited that today we have a draft national policy on life cycle of plastics, with recycling of all plastic wastes as one of the main strategies. As you are also aware, this draft policy has been extensively discussed by all relevant stakeholders and is currently being processed for approval by the relevant government agency. The standard would improve production process, safety, and the quality of the products, leading to an increase in its use, which in turn provides opportunity for employment. This standard will also give producers and consumers confidence that the products and services they are developing or using are safe, reliable, and ensure environmental sustainability.
Chairman of the committee said the impact of the recycled PET bottle standard cannot be overemphasized, as it provides guidance to quality and safety of products and creating cleaner environments.
The impact will be felt by the common man on the street, in the sense that it's setting the standards for manufacturers of the packaging material, all right? And it's also will allow the manufacturers to also educate the people who are probably interested in collection of the waste products, which are to be recycled, okay, to know what and what they should bring, and what and what they should not bring for them for recycling. The new technology will assist Nigerians to manage part of their waste, because the plastic waste is becoming problematic in Nigeria. So if that technology is available and it has been brought to Nigeria, then Nigerians can now engage, for instance, in the collection of waste bottles, okay, and then bring them to the manufacturers to be able to recycle them. And that will have a lot of environmental impact, okay, because now we won't continue to have our streets that are littered with plastic bottles all over the whole place, all right? People will see advantages in collecting the waste, making money from the exercise, engaging themselves, collecting the waste to deliver to the manufacturers or the producers, or the people who are producing useful material from the waste products.
PET is something that virtually all manufacturers use in packaging their products. So if you don't talk about the safety of this PET, then there could be crisis in food production.
We do not want what we call terephthalic acid to be present in high content because it affects children. It causes hormone disruption. We do not want them to have aldehydes, ketones, and so on, which also affects adults. So these are the things we are looking at and trying to make sure that the amount present in the finished product is within World Health Standards, also within international required standards.
You know about PETs, issues relating with PET bottles, let me be specific, and recycling. And we know that these things are not degradable with time. So the best thing is to find other means of recycling them to avoid accumulation. And this is one of the reasons why a standard is very important. And the standard will guide you as to how you can, get the right quality materials when it's recycled.
Representatives of the Food Beverage Recycling Association, National Agency for Food, Drug Administration and Control, Institute of Public Analysts of Nigeria, Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, Bottling Companies and the Standards Organization of Nigeria attended the technical meeting.
In case you've just joined us, you're watching Standard and You. Did you know that government loans and grants are easier accessed by companies whose products are certified by the SON? This is because such organizations have gone through the rigorous processes of the mandatory Conformity Assessment Program certification and have complied with the Nigerian Industrial Standard to be competitive. According to Director General of the SON, who was represented at a forum in Abuja by the agency's FCT coordinator, Gambo Dimka, certified products are no doubt selling brands. The SON's chief executive was speaking at the agency's day at the 2019 International Trade Fair in Abuja recently. The DG spoke on the topic, the role of quality in assessing finance. He explained that the products certified by the SON have access to African regional markets, adding that this is why government agencies like the Bank of Industry and the Nigerian Export-Import Bank have continued to express confidence on such enterprises by providing them with loans and grants. He advised operators of small and medium enterprises, SMEs, who are yet to take advantage of the SON's mandatory Conformity Assessment Program certification to do so and boost their businesses.
Welcome to the feedback segment of the program. My name is Alimot Osifo. Every time you purchase a product as a consumer, your expectation is that such products will serve the purpose for which it was purchased. Whenever you are denied value for your money resulting from the purchase of a defective or substandard good, it raises disturbing cases of disputes over who bears the brunt of such products. This explains your role in the entire value chain. So you see, the consumer is as important as the manufacturer of a product. Have you ever wondered what will happen to the millions of products without consumers? Indeed, consumer is king, with rights and obligations. One of our cardinal objectives as a responsive government agency is to empower you with these rights and obligations and protect you from substandard and fake products through our feedback and collaboration units. Take a listen to some consumers who have taken advantage of such service provided by the Standards Organization of Nigeria.
I bought AC, and I bought it from a marketing company, and I've been dealing with them for quite a while. They sold it. Immediately we fixed one of it wasn't working. I complained to them. This thing I'm telling you is taking over almost 2 years. They came to change that one. Less than 3 months after, the other one to develop problem. Both of them weren't cooling. I called them. It was after trying severally, and I saw that they would keep promising to come and check. And I said, okay, thank God I'm literate enough to know that there's a big body, a great body like Sun. So I called them. I sent a mail, and I dropped a copy of the letter in the office. But this company came after Sun invited us. We had a meeting at the office. They sent one of their officers, a gentleman, a lawyer. He tried to defend the company, did his best. And immediately after we left the place, he promised that they were going to look into it. He did his best. He kept calling them. I also found out later that he needed, there were some factors, maybe the head of operations and so on. They were not attending to me. I kept complaining. During this period, Sun would call me. They eventually came to change one of the engines, the compressor. And the day they changed it, it still wasn't okay. And I told the guy about, if I tell you how many engineers since Sun attended to us that have been to my house for this same thing. But one day I had to hold one of them. I said, look, tell me what is really going on. So look at these, my fans. They're over 11 years old. They're still working. This is Rolls Royce of AC. He now told me, he said, Oga, let me not lie to you. This product will not be cooler than this. I was shocked. Which invariably confirms that it's a substandard product. So I want to thank Sun for this opportunity. I want to thank the federal government too. I want to thank this body for this important intervention, things that they are doing.
It's one of the numerous strategies by the SON to tackling the menace of substandard or fake products in our country, Nigeria. If you stop patronizing dealers on substandard products, and I do the same, in no time there will be no markets for such in Nigeria. Join the quality vanguard, insist on only the best, and please don't ever settle for less. Anslem Folagbade says, I bought a new phone in Jos, and about a month after purchase, the phone started malfunctioning. It became worse, so I took it to the care shop, and after 1 month, I received it and found out it still had issues. I have returned it back again, and I am so disappointed with the way the company handles its complaints. Wow. Anslem, if you're still within the warranty period of the phone, you have a right to repair, replacement, or refund of money paid for the product. So please go with your proof of purchase to any of SON's offices near you with details of this business transaction, and we'll definitely help you get value for your money. Henry from Benin says, Standards Organization of Nigeria is doing a great job. Thank you so much, and we will continue to do our best in serving you better. Uzoma from Warri says, does SON also cover fairly used goods? Thank you, Uzoma, for reaching out to us. However, Standards Organization of Nigeria does not promote fairly used goods. There are no standards for them. Anonymous messenger says, I love your program. Thank you so much. Nice to hear from you. And that concludes this week's episode of the program Standard and You. Join us next week for another interesting edition of the program. You can follow us on Facebook at Standard and You, Instagram and Twitter at Standard and You _. Remember, we have a vibrant YouTube channel where you can watch previous episodes online at youtube.com/Standard and You. Don't just view, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks and enjoy the rest of the week.
buy fake product, yeah. Make you dey careful, no go damage your life. You've got one life to live.